What's up people, welcome back to Internash. In last couple of months, we have seen a lot of things happening around reopening the borders for international students. There's some good news, some bad news, and we are going to cover them all. So if you're somebody who's waiting for Australian borders to open up so that you can come to Australia to start your studies or resume your studies, then this video is just for you. So check it out. We post almost all the news on our Instagram stories which relates to international students, and that's why we would highly recommend you guys to follow us on our Instagram so that you don't have to wait for the video to come out but you are updated immediately. Getting back to the video. There's some good news, some bad news. Let's start with the bad news first. Recently, Australian Prime Minister announced that returning of international students can be delayed. After their meeting on 13th of November, they announced that their focus is going to be on Australian citizens returning to Australia. The good news is that since start of the pandemic, over 400,000 Australians have returned to Australia, and now just under 40,000 Australian citizens are abroad. Which means that we can expect those Australian citizens to return to Australia in next couple of weeks. So let's say by start of 2021, we can expect that all the Australian citizens would have returned to Australia, and then the focus can be on international students. Moving on to second bad news and good news. The pilot program where 300 international students were going to come to South Australia may have been delayed. Now, before I tell you why it has been delayed, it's our job to gather the information and give it to you guys. But it's your job to share it with your friends and family. And like this video because we want to see at least 2,000 likes on this video. So don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with whoever is interested in reopening the Australian international borders. Getting back to the video. The reason why we think that the pilot project can be delayed is because last week the South Australian government said that they are experiencing second wave of coronavirus because 17 cases were found just in one day. And that's why the strictest restrictions were imposed in the whole state, and other states closed borders to South Australia. The restrictions included where citizens could not even go out to exercise, and all the international flights which were coming to Adelaide were cancelled. The good news is that these restrictions are being lifted just in 3 days. The restrictions were imposed based on a reasoning which was based on a lie or misinformation, and that's why these restrictions are being lifted. So we can be hopeful that the pilot project will not be delayed by a lot of days. And finally, let's talk about our last good news which come from Melbourne. 7th of December is when Melbourne will see its first international flight. And this will obviously be for Australian citizens because the government's focus is to Australians to return to Australia. But because Melbourne is receiving more flights now, we can expect that more people can return to Australia. And once all Australian citizens have returned to Australia, we can expect that the focus would be on international students. Hope you love this video, guys. If you haven't hit the like button, hit that like button because we want to see at least 2,000 likes on this video. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button because we create all the videos for international students in Australia and those students who are planning to come to Australia. Do share this video with all your family and friends. See you in the next video.